And yeah, I'm playing Injustice 2, as you can see. What kind of arena are we going to play that? Let's battle at Gotham City. We could, yeah, fight there.
Approaching Gotham City.
All right, so I want. As you guys know, wait, let me hear this real quick.
You always get to be the princess.
I'm the queen's daughter.
So you always get your way?
Begin.
As you guys know, Wonder Woman is coming out next month,
That was a doozy.
in the month of June, and you know there's been some really articles coming out there posting stuff about Wonder Woman. They're saying that they're predicting that Wonder Woman is only going to make $65 million. And that's not really good, you know, for a debut, for opening weekend. Especially if on that movie than expected. But not just that, but also that would be horrible for, you know, this is their first female-led movie, you know, and this is their chance to bounce back from, you know, from their other movies. Now let's, you know, actually I'll make that point in a few. So we're just hoping, and I'm hoping that Wonder Woman really surpasses expectations, because it'll be a shame if this movie does not do well. This is DC has been getting a lot of hate as of lately from, you know, Marvel fans, well, fanboys I'd say. I don't like to say fans. There's a difference between fans and fanboys. Fanboys are just people that will they just live and die by something, and they don't support anything else.
Harley Quinn.
Damn,
wins.
Harley Quinn beat. Gotta rematch that shit. Yeah, retry. And they just don't, you know, want to support anything else that, you know, and that's not fair, you know.
And the voices in my head?
I'm a fan of both Marvel and DC. Who'd I prefer more? DC. The first hero that I ever fell in love with as a kid was Batman, and then it was Superman. I didn't get to Marvel until later. I didn't know about Spider-Man or Incredible Hulk like that. You know, he has something different what they lean towards, but most people that are comic book fans, majority of them grew up with Batman or Superman first, because those were the first two superheroes. People just don't seem to recognize that. The first superhero in the world was not Spider-Man, it was not Captain America, it wasn't Wonder Woman, it wasn't Daredevil, it wasn't Captain America. It wasn't Iron Man, it was Superman, and then it was Batman. First two superheroes ever. And people need to really realize that when you are disrespecting, everybody has their own taste of what they like and what they don't like. But when you come out and when you're trolling certain fans and you want DC films to fail, and you just have nothing positive to ever say about DC, and you just, you know, that's where the lines are blurred, and it gets really out of control.
How's it feel being the villain?
You're the villain, Quinn.
And
Crazier than I am.
and it's just really ridiculous, you know. People just, they don't really, you know, they don't get it. I hope, you know, what do I think's gonna happen with Wonder Woman? I don't think it's going to make 65 million. I understand, you know, DC, you know, they've been getting a lot of crap lately from not just Marvel fanboys, but critics, Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot, but people seem to not understand, though. Okay, they might have gotten a lot of criticism for their movies. Have they been doing good at the box office? Suicide Squad did pretty damn good. People just don't seem... Like, I don't understand why people confuse criticism for movies and whether people liked it or not. They confuse that with how well the movie did at the box office. But regardless of how you feel about Suicide Squad, regardless how so many people felt about Suicide Squad, that movie did very well at the box office. It broke records. You know, it even beat some of Marvel's films. And Batman vs Superman, it didn't do as well as it should have, but it did fair though. Man of Steel did pretty good also. Have you guys forgotten that? So why do people forget that? It really don't make sense to me. You know, I think you know, hopefully DC will bounce back with Wonder Woman. I think it's going to do more than 65 million. It may not make more than Suicide Squad. It may not make more than Superman, but it's going to do at least fair enough at the box office. Or it might even do way better than we're expecting. You guys seem to, I mean, even though DC's gotten a lot of shit, this is still the first female-led movie for a superhero movie. And people need to also understand Wonder Woman, she's not a B-list character or a C-list character like Black Adam. She's not like, let me name somebody from the Marvel side. She's not someone like Black Widow, who some people may not know and others will. No. Wonder Woman is very well known. She's very well known like Superman. You know? And so how do you know that none of these people are going to show up to see Wonder Woman? This is the first movie she's getting also. People are going to want to see that. Especially if the movie is get around and people are going to show up at the theater. Whether the first week or the second week. You know? Because, yeah, I hope, you know, if Wonder Woman does not do well, then we know what this is. We know what this is going to be for the DCEU. You may not see another film from the DCEU. They might cancel their shit.
Your head's going on my wall.
And that's gonna suck. Hard for them to bounce back. Yes, Wonder Woman wins, buddy. But,
Wonder Woman wins.
even though she beat my ass like 3-4 times, Harley Quinn, but still. And, you know, I mean, I see people making comparisons to movies like other people that are DC fans are defending, you know, that they think that this movie's going to do well, and they start comparing it to Deadpool and Logan and all the other shit. And some of these people, well, I don't think they're directly Marvel fanboys, but they were saying the difference with Wonder Woman and those two other movies, Deadpool and Logan, those movies were rated R movies, so they had low expectations, but they have good advertising for the film. Another thing that may be working against Wonder Woman is the competition that is coming in. It's competing with a few other family-friendly movies like Captain Underpants, and those are family movies. And you know, I find myself defending DC a lot against Marvel fans that bash it all the time, and I think a lot of the Marvel fanboys are full of shit. But I will say one thing though, that one thing that some of the Marvel fans are right about, DC, their movies are not really family movies. That's why another reason why Marvel gets, you know, they probably pull in more audiences in their movies is because they're more family. DC, pretty dark. But let's be honest though, doesn't it seem like Wonder Woman and Justice League are being a little more light, you know, in their movies? It seemed like to me, Justice League, both are, they really toned down the dark grittiness, and they went, you know, kind of late, like like Marvel is with the Avengers, just judging by the trailers.
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
You know, so you never know. There's some things that might point out the movie may not do well, or there's some things also pointing out that the movie might do well.
My sword cuts vines easily.
My blood's a seething mass of poison.
That's what the shield is for.
Begin.
You know, it's really gonna suck if this movie does well. I suggest people go and buy a ticket. Don't freaking live stream the movie. Go and buy the damn ticket for the movie. And you know, if you have low expectations, so what? Go ahead, still go and see it. Like, you don't know if the movie's gonna be good or not. You know? Because you guys may not understand, this is just a DC thing. If this movie does not do well, it's not just DC that will suffer. Marvel will suffer also, because they're gonna be hit with that stigma, all female-led movies, one failed, so we may not do well either.
Hail Hermes!
I mean, well, it's not the first. Now that I remember, Elektra was also a female-led comic book film, but this was the first one by DC. Elektra's not really owned by Marvel anymore, so I guess you can kind of count this as the first. Elektra's owned by Fox. Well, actually not anymore. Now Marvel has rights to the Daredevil, but that was back then. They didn't have the rights. So.
Dominated
But those articles coming out, let's also be honest about something else too. These articles that are coming out saying about the tracking, the predictions for box office
Wonder Woman wins.
for Wonder Woman, they're not always true. You do realize that. A lot of these films like Deadpool and Suicide Squad, even movies that are not even comic book movies like Split, these movies did not have high expectations as far as box office goes. These movies were expected to get lower than what they got, and they made way more money. So these track records are not always true. They are true sometimes, but they also fail more times than expected. So take this with a grain. This movie may do well, and this one might not. You know, because it's really not fair, you know, to judge that when these articles have been not right at times. Gotta also is that too. that's all I have to say about this. These are on the new Wonder Woman movie. Hopefully it will do pretty well. I will be seeing it first weekend. You know what? I might even do a review on Wonder Woman right here on you know, the live stream. So I definitely want to make sure I contribute to the success of this movie. You know, I'll be damned if this movie doesn't do it. See DC continue. You know, I want to see the Gotham City Sirens movie. I want to see another Batman. I want to see a Suicide Squad 2. You know, all the negative press on this movie comes down on it, and all this other shit happens, and this movie doesn't do well. It definitely will be. It definitely will be a huge disappointment. But movies have already been planned, so maybe if even Wonder Woman does do bad, you know, they still go. But I don't know. But also, when these movies don't do as well as they should, you got a lot of Marvel fanboys that are out there clowning DC, and they're out there, oh, like Marvel does this right and DC doesn't. That's actually another talk I want to get into for a separate video. I'm not going to do that here. That's another video I want to get into about the whole, about the whole DC, you know, hate that Marvel fanboys put towards it. That's going to be another video I want to do. So make sure you guys tune in for that video. That'll be the next video I will be doing. So catch you guys later. And also be on the lookout for the Injustice 2 story. See you later.